Get it started.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Welcome to Kino Therapy.
Yes.
We are your hosts,
film
Dr. Casman,
therapeutic audio experience of the week.
Dr. Carr, and
Dr.
Mr. Reed.
Blueberry.
Mr. Dr. Professor Matt Reed.
PhD, the third.
And
Knighted,
we also
knighted,
have
knighted by the queen herself.
Zack here, who is totally here and in the studio with us, totally live, totally real. Isn't that right, Zack?
Yes.
Thank you.
Anywho, welcome, Zach.
Zach, did you know today that recently another whistleblower came out against Boeing saying that the 787 Dreamliner has the potential for structural failure and any one of them could rip apart in air due to fatigue?
Yes.
Oh, you have? Okay, so you did see that headline. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of that testimony?
Wow.
I thought so too. Very scary. Very scary stuff. I wouldn't want to fly on the Dreamliner.
Oh, here we go. Zach, I have another question. Are you voting for Donald Trump?
Oh, come on, dude. Don't do him dirty like that.
No, Zach's gonna vote for Hillary, aren't you?
Don't gaslight him.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, how was your trip to Washington, by the way?
Interesting.
Yeah?
Anywho.
So,
Alright, there we go.
Yeah, let's get back on track.
We have a show about Modern Family, home media, and actors in prison.
Yeah, baby. Do we want to start with that one?
The actors in prison, yeah, that would be a good, interesting one to start with.
Yeah. I mean,
so how did you come upon this topic?
Yes.
Give us a little juicy bits.
Okay, well, so I mean, it's old news now. But about a couple of weeks ago, a little fella by the name of P. Diddy was wanted by authorities for multiple accounts of was it sexual assault, human trafficking.
We all know about P. Diddy, also
Yeah,
known
you
as
should
Puff
all know
Daddy, also known as Diddy, also known as Sean Combs.
Yes.
Wasn't he also known as P. Diddy D at one point, or something like that? He's like Snoop Dogg. He changes his name like every 4 or 5 years.
What was that? Speaking of Snoop, what was that one nickname that he had? That one nickname he changed to.
Snoop Doggy Dogg?
No, it was not Snoop Doggy Dogg. But there was one in it was the late 2000s or early 2010s. That was really what?
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't kept up with all my Snoop Dogg lore, unfortunately. I guess one of us can add it in post.
Was it Snoop Lion?
Snoop
Yes,
Lion?
Yes, it was. It was.
Yeah, that was weird. There was this brief moment where he called himself Snoop Lion, which I don't know how that happened because lion is different from a dog. It's just weird.
Yeah, lions don't snoop. They sneak up on you and then attack you from behind. That's a weird one. Anyway, so yeah, P. Diddy is.
Zach also thought that was funny.
Yes,
anyway.
it's very comical saga.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
P. Diddy is not the only. I'll just say this, then we'll move on. P. Diddy's not the only problematic actor in the movie Get Him to the Greek.
Well, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know who else
Russell
is.
Brand is the other one.
Okay.
So anyway, let's continue.
Okay. So, also, OJ died since we last recorded too, which
Yeah, that was
another very
OJ died, the beloved football player, right?
yep, the juice.
The Juice. And was there something else he was known for?
Um,
Acting. He
yeah,
was an actor.
he was
Naked
in.
Gun.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's
We all
right.
love the Naked Gun franchise.
Avid golfer.
Yep.
Yep, loved his golf.
He did have some trouble with the law, if I remember, right?
Yes,
Didn't
something
he go to
about
prison for tax evasion?
no,
No,
stolen
theft.
memorabilia.
Theft. It was theft. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And nothing else. Nothing else happened.
Nope.
No big notable.
To be honest, I think the courts kind of railroaded him during that trial too. I think the verdict or the judgment was a little unfair. To be honest, I don't think he needed to do all that time. And I think
for the thefts, of course.
Yep, for the theft. And I think we should all honor and respect him for the kind-hearted, wonderful human being that he was. Just like an absolute treasure. Like just the second coming of Bill Cosby.
Oh wow.
Oh, God damn it, man.
Hey, I gotta keep it on brand here.
Yeah, you definitely are.
He's still alive, right? Bill Cosby?
Yes, he is.
I mean, barely, but he's
barely.
still
He's like in
alive.
his 90s, but I mean.
No, but man, you got to remember he doesn't count because he's not in prison anymore.
No, I know they let him out early because he's old. Yeah, and he's not on my list of celebrities that have gone to prison or who are currently in prison. By the way,
I think I know one of them, but go on.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we all know at least one of them. It's not a list of like major celebrities. A lot of them are people I've never heard of. Also, there's some weird ones in here too. But before we get into that, the P. Diddy incident also inspired me to look into another actor. Well, actually, I should say OJ inspired me to look up into another actor. Allegedly, blamed the cause of another person's death. I don't think I phrased that right.
What do you mean allegedly?
Well, we know what you're getting at.
Yeah, so I was inspired today to look up how the Alec Baldwin trial is going.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't remember, Alec Baldwin, famous actor, most popular role of it being Donald Trump on SNL. Shot somebody on set of the movie Rust about in 2021.
A movie he was producing.
Yep. He shot him with a loaded gun he did not know was loaded with live ammunition.
Killing the cinematographer.
And wounding the director, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cinematographer was killed, the director was wounded. Well, his trial begins in July for involuntary manslaughter, which carries the maximum sentence of 18 months. Which, I know it's manslaughter, but I always thought manslaughter had a higher had a higher toll to pay than 18 months.
Yeah, you would think.
But currently,
See, manslaughter, I don't know why, but it seems like the way manslaughter is phrased is so much worse than
murder.
than murder, you know? Even though it actually isn't, it's just the term that they use for like, as far as I'm aware of, it's the term that they use for like, isn't it the term they use for like an accidental death?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
manslaughter is.
yeah.
It's unintentional
Yeah,
death.
without malice. That's what
Yeah.
the Oxford Dictionary says: a
I
crime
don't
killing without malice.
but it's not like it shouldn't say it's accidental because it's usually caused by not malice but some kind of form of neglect or uh disregard for safety.
True.
But there's no intent for but like murder there has to be intent whereas manslaughter there's no intent. It's just but there is, negligence or
There's been tons of moments of manslaughter on the sets of movies for as far back
yeah, and
as one can recall.
Alec Baldwin is far from the first actor who's uh, manslaughtered a person. I don't want to say accidentally killed because accident implies there's no blame to be had, according to uh, the movie Hot Fuzz.
Right.
So I think Matthew Broderick killed somebody with his car.
True.
Marky Mark didn't kill anybody, but he's like, what, he blinded a Vietnamese guy in his
Yeah,
eye.
he assaulted a Vietnamese guy back in the 80s.
hmm Back
Isn't
in
that when he was doing the Marky Mark?
when he was part of the Funky Bunch.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Funky Bunch in the 90s?
I thought it was before he was a member of the Funky Bunch. I thought it was when he was like actually like a street urchin.
So
Yeah.
before he was famous.
Right.
I like how you put it, like he's a street, or like he's some like a Dixonian, like Oliver Twist kind of character, like just going around assaulting people and
he's just
pickpocketing,
he's just a rambunctious little bumpkin.
who just doesn't like Vietnamese.
Nope. I mean, it's the 80s. Vietnam was not that long ago, so maybe there's some pent up aggression left over. Who knows? Um, but it's okay now because Mark he's found the Lord. He's been saved by the Lord.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Anyway, a, back to uh possibly manslaughterer Alec Baldwin. So his case or his trial starts in July, but um the armorer for the movie Rust, who is also responsible since she is in charge of weapons safety on set, is on trial right now. Or her name is Hannah Gutierrez Reed.
No relation, I
No
hope.
relation.
I don't think so. I would have heard something
Okay.
like that. Is it spelt the same way?
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah, there's no relation. It's also a very common last name. You'd be surprised.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. Let's see, when was this article? Well, this is a Guardian article. Oh, this is back in March.
If there
Okay.
was someone in my middle school class who had the same last name as me, even though he lived like 2 blocks away from me, we weren't even related, like at all.
Hmm.
Very weird.
Well, anyway, according to witnesses at her trial, there were multiple complaints of safety violations, including some walk-offs offset the day of the manslaughter. So, let's see. I'm trying to find the other pertinent information. So, but basically, the article's saying like, this trial for the armor is going to be like kind of like, I guess, the preamble for what Mr. Baldwin can expect on his trial.
Interesting.
Yes. So, like I said, Max sentencing would be 18 months. I don't know if hers is the same, because I don't know. There's multiple degrees of manslaughter. I don't know if they both share the same degree, or if hers is like a step above his, since she's in charge of gun safety. And I remember when the story came out, people were using the prop for like gun practice before the shoot or the rehearsal, and it's her job to check to make sure there's blanks, and she's in charge of the safe use of the gun. So if they're out back shooting beer cans or whatever, that's not exactly that's not exactly a stellar work ethic for an armorer. Also, she was only like 24 when the incident happened, and I don't know if there was no mention of like anything as far as her credentials, if she even had any. I think rumors are is she's like a family friend of Baldwin. So I can't confirm this, but I think
this seems like just another Twilight Zone incident. We all know about the Twilight Zone incident.
The
right?
Helicopter was
yes,
that
where
was that nepotism too?
No, but it was definitely a mishandling and a lot of job workplace violations, which just seems to me to be the thing that happened here, and just not overall malice. Like, I mean, we've all like saw the memes. It's like POV. You're making you're gonna make Baldwin mad, and it's just like like you're looking down. It's like the first episode of Breaking Bad where he's got the gun or something like that, pointed at the cops, right?
Or no, it would be that scene from The Departed when he starts beating the crap out of that technician guy. Don't make him angry.
Yeah, it's stuff that, but really, it was all probably like 1,000 different mismanagements that just led up to one giant incident. Much like what happened on the set of John Landis's segment of the Twilight Zone movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about this.
Yeah, but I mean, in the case of the Rust incident, I mean, there's only one way. There's only one way, like it was possible accidental shooting could happen, and that's if your armorer, whoever's in charge of the gun, loads the gun with actual ammunition. So it is,
Well, I believe that there was also, because there was a lot of walkouts, there was probably less people on set to be able to handle more of the situation that could be handled around weaponry. You know what I'm saying?
Refresh my memory, but how did John Landis accidentally kill someone?
Okay, it wasn't accidentally. There was a issue with the helicopter that landed and murdered Vic Moreau. Was it Vic Moreau? I believe
well,
so.
It wasn't murder. It was.
Let me talk to my lawyer and
unless you want to charge the helicopter for murder.
I do.
But it was Vic Moreau, yes.
It was Vic Moreau. He was killed by a helicopter, and including two children who also weren't allowed to act. They didn't get the go ahead to have them act at that because I think what happened was there was a lot of like child acting violations that they kind of skirted around and stuff like that.
So basically, this was during the
So
segment
yeah,
that
the children shouldn't have been there, basically.
Right.
that John Landis directed. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so someone accidentally got killed by a helicopter, but it wasn't.
Didn't you do time for that?
I don't know. I'm looking
I
that
mean,
up.
I'm sure either him or the network got sued up the ass, but I don't. Was there actually like any criminal charges?
Okay. Do you mind if I read the Wikipedia of the helicopter accident?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So during the filming of the Time Out segment directed by Landis on July 23rd, 1982 at 2 a.m., 2:20 a.m., so in the morning, actor Vic Moreau and child actors Micah Din Lee and Renee Shin-Yi Chen died in an accident involving a helicopter being used on the set. The two children were hired a violation of California law, which prohibits child actors working at night or in proximity to explosions and requires the presence of a teacher or social worker. During the subsequent trial, Landis denied culpability for the accident, but admitted that their hiring was wrong. Producer and co-director Steven Spielberg, he didn't co-direct the segment, he co-directed a different segment, was disgusted by Landis's handling of the situation. Um, they're no longer friends. When approached by the press about the accident, he stated, "No movie is worth dying for. I think people are standing up much more now than ever before to producers and directors who ask too much. If something isn't safe, it's the right and responsibility of every actor or crew member to yell cut." Co-director George Miller, who also directed another.
The George Miller of
Yes, George
Mad
Miller.
Max
Yeah.
fame?
So the segments, John Landis, Steven Spielberg, Joe Dante, and George Miller. Um, so George Miller said, was repulsed by the entire scenario. He abandoned post production on his segment without announcement, leaving Joe Dante to supervise the editing of the segment. So the scenes involving the child actors were not in Landis's original draft of the segment. After Warner Brothers executives Lucy Fisher and Terry Semel objected to the central character of the segment that was too unsympathetic, Landis came up with the idea of Moreau's character, Bill Connor, redeeming himself by rescuing two Vietnamese orphans. In the scene that served as the revised ending, Bill was to have traveled back through time. It's a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah.
And stumbled into a Vietnamese village where he finds two young Vietnamese children left behind when the U.S. Army helicopter appears and begins shooting at them. Moreau was to take both children under the arms and escape out the village as the hovering helicopter destroyed the village with multiple explosions. The helicopter pilot had trouble.
That sounds like a real safe environment to be filming in.
In 2 in the morning, the helicopter pilot had trouble
Why
navigating.
2 in the morning? Why did it have to be that early in the morning?
Oh,
Whatever.
So the pilot had trouble navigating through the fireballs created by the pyrotechnic effects for the sequence.
The irony.
A technician on the ground did not know this and detonated two of the pyrotechnic charges close together. The two explosions caused the low-flying helicopter to spin out of control and crash land on top of Moreau and the two children as they crossed a small pond from the village mock-up. All three were killed instantly. I'm not going to go into the details of how they died.
Yeah. Did they say if there was like any?
I'm not going
No,
going into the details on how they died.
No. What was the outcome of the trial?
Outcome of the trial. Okay. trial. The accident led to civil and criminal actions against the filmmakers, which lasted nearly a decade. Landis Folsey, who was the associate producer, George Folsey Jr., production manager Dan Allingham, pilot Dorsey Wingo, and explosives specialist Paul Stewart, not the one from Citizen Kane, were tried and acquitted on charges of manslaughter in a 9-month trial between 1986 and 1987. As a result of the accident,
Well, yeah, I would hope the pilot would get acquitted. What the fuck is he gonna do? He's got fucking fireballs getting blown up around him. I mean, yeah, I really feel it's unfair to blame the pilot. Like the apocalypse happening.
As a result of the accident, second assistant director Andy House had his name removed from the credits and replaced with the pseudonym Alan Smitty. The incident also resulted in the establishment of the Motion Pictures and Entertainment Unit within the CAL FIRE, the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, Office of the State Fire Marshal, to enforce fire safety regulations and the requirements of the entertainment industry, at least in the regulation of fire, not firearms.
Okay.
As we see with this incident, and also many incidents, think to The Crow with Brandon Lee and what happened.
All right. Well, that so
I won't go into that. We just went into so let's continue with celebrities that are in jail. And
well, I was just gonna,
and Alec Baldwin.
Well, I mean, just to finish up the Alec Baldwin segment here, like seeing what happened with everybody on that Twilight episode, like, do you think they'll actually like get the manslaughter charge to stick on him? Like, do you guys personally believe that he'll actually get like the manslaughter charge?
Get charged and
well, I mean, okay, not charged.
Either go to prison or get
found guilty of the charge.
Guilty. It's not impossible.
Yeah, but like, what do you guys think?
Probably won't happen. They'll probably be, I don't know, definite like large fines.
Well, I know, like, he'll
lines.
definitely get sued. He'll definitely get sued in civil lawsuits, and
definitely,
like that's a given. Personally, I don't think manslaughter will stick. Personally, I think the prosecution would have probably better time sticking him with like a reckless endangerment or something like that. I think manslaughter I feel like it's going to be a hard one. So.
Yeah, no, like, but this one is going to be interesting either way.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I'll have an update for later episodes after the trial in July. Of course, who knows how long that trial will take? Probably half a decade itself.
God, I hope not.
I mean, Alec Baldwin, he's no small-time actor, so.
That's the thing, yeah.
All right, well, anyway, along with the Alec Baldwin news, I also looked up a random list of celebrities who are currently in jail.
Yeah.
Most of them are people I do not recognize. One of them everybody should know on this list. You guys want to say his name?
Is it Danny Masterson?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't been charged. That trial hasn't happened yet, right? He's just.
No, he's in jail.
No, yeah, he's in jail.
Oh, wait, he was on this list. That's right. Well, not Danny. Someone bigger than Danny Masterson.
Okay. Well, we know it's not Bill Cosby.
No, we already mentioned.
I don't know.
I would say he's kind of like the P Diddy of his industry. He's not too dissimilar from P Diddy.
Oh, now I know who you're talking about. But let's see if Alex can get it.
I don't know. Just say it.
Weinstein.
Oh, Harvey Weinstein. Yeah.
Um, let's see.
I don't know if like they'd be in the same camp
Well,
because
they're both producers, right? And they're pretty big. They have like they're known for like their being high up in the industry and having a lot of connections.
Oh yeah.
well, yeah,
And,
but also
and they're both
but Puff is a musician and has made songs. The dude had what was it?
yeah, but
No one there for me. More money.
yeah, but I thought
The
most of
more
his fame
problems we
came from
see.
producing stuff. Like I thought he was more known for being a music producer.
Well, yeah, he produced music. Probably, yeah, that's one of his biggest things. But he is also
I know he's
a
made
musician
music.
himself. So yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
If Harvey Weinstein was an actor and he had his face out there, yeah, he's won like Academy Awards, but he's not like, you know. I don't know why I'm arguing this. This is dumb.
yeah, this is dumb.
I'm like, no, Puff is a more well-known celebrity than Harvey Weinstein. It's that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't
That
know.
doesn't
I don't
really
know why
matter.
we're
I don't
arguing.
know why. I don't know why I'm trying to die on this hill. I'm not.
We don't need to argue semantics about two terrible people.
no.
Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know why I was like, well, did Harvey Weinstein work with Biggie? Case closed. Like, I don't know why I was doing that. Sorry.
No,
Continue.
you're fine.
all right. So
Continue.
Harvey's on that on this list alongside uh you another person you all should be familiar with, Jared Fogle, the Subway guy
Ah,
Oh
yes, the
fuck.
Subway guy.
who
Man,
possessed
can you remind me how eating Subway sandwiches gets you to lose weight?
I don't know.
I feel like that's a big marketing scam.
I mean,
Because there's no way.
No, there's not.
like, yeah. Well, I thought the story goes is that like Subway didn't hire Fogel to be or to go on the Subway diet. I thought he already was doing a Subway diet, and then Subway found out that he actually lost weight, and they're like, "Be our spokesperson, please."
Yeah. We were trying to find the one person. You're the one person.
He's like the messiah of Subway sandwiches.
And then they're like, okay, I hope you don't find my secret uh
His
computer files.
his secret naughty list.
Oh
Yeah.
god damn it.
Yeah. Which apparently had over 400 videos of
Pause.
probably more. I thought I heard was like over 1,000. This dude was busy in his free time, unfortunately. He's not eligible for parole until he's served at least 13 years.
Which will be in a few years actually.
Yeah. Yep. So he'll be up for parole soon.
What was it? Child porn or something? That he got caught.
Well, yeah, we weren't going to mention
Yes,
that.
we were trying not to mention that, but
I mean, everybody who's listening to this should know, or at least have heard of, or should at least have heard of Jared Fogle.
The
All right,
only thing
next.
I remember from fucking Jared, one thing I remember from Jared Fogle is he had a cameo in the movie Jack and Jill, and
Oh, geez. No wonder
Adam
Sean hates that
Sandler as
movie.
Jill was like, "I miss the old fat Jared."
Okay, this next one's kind of funny. Um,
Oh, look who showed up!
all right,
Oh,
so
it's the real Zack.
hey, what are you talking about? The real Zach has been here the whole time.
Was here, yes. So yeah, yes. Continue.
Okay,
Mhm.
so next one on my list here, I'd like to mention New Orleans rapper C Murder was convicted of second-degree murder for killing a team named Steve Thomas in a nightclub.
Well, his name has the name Murder in it, so
Yeah, C
Yeah, so-
Murder. That's like, that's
I mean,
good.
that's kind of too on the nose.
Yeah,
C murder. C was the
That's-
grade he got for murdering.
that's
Yes,
too-
it was a hard C.
See it. Doesn't
No,
say
he
how
was
it-
like, C, a murder I have done. See? that really tickled you.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
I thought-
so Zach,
I
to
thought
catch
that
you up,
was-
we're talking about Alec Baldwin and celebrities in jail.
Well, now I'm talking about a
Mhm.
list of celebrities currently in jail.
Okay, currently
Yeah,
in jail. so I'm
and
not
you were
familiar with
you were
that.
totally here, and I wasn't using a soundboard that I made.
Oh yeah,
of you.
yeah, we're Zach. He suffers from short-term dementia fits. We kind of have to
Wow.
recap him once in a while.
No, Ben,
Yeah.
he has
It's nothing to be ashamed of, Zach. We know you're struggling. We're here to
Yeah.
support you.
Mm.
no Ben. He has amnesia.
I'm like
Oh.
Dory the fish. My short-term memory is not good.
Yes. Okay, next on the list, you guys probably are familiar with this one as well. R. Kelly,
Oh
Yeah, he was
yeah.
a
familiar
music
with
guy,
him.
right?
arrested,
How can we forget that Gail King interview?
arrested by the feds on July 11th, 2019 in Chicago. He and a few associates allegedly recruited young girls for sexual encounters. Sounds familiar.
Not cool.
Isolated them from their families and controlled them so they wouldn't seek help.
Not cool.
No.
Yeah,
No.
no.
It's this. Hold on. An indictment was filed in U.S. District Court in New York City, and New York prosecutors also issued an indictment claiming Kelly paid off witnesses and victims in a 2008 child pornography trial. Oh,
Oh no.
let's see.
Ew.
Kelly has been given 30 years in prison, more time than Fogel. Wow. The prison following his sex trafficking conviction.
Probably more evidence.
Probably.
Mhm.
Although, I don't know. I mean, with Jared Fogle, the flash drive is pretty hard evidence, so he's guilty.
Mhm.
Okay, next one. This one's interesting. This one I've never heard of, but this is kind of funny. Shannon Richardson.
Oh, interesting. The name sounds familiar, but I don't know what she's known for.
Yeah, she's not known for a lot. In fact, probably their most famous, what she's most famous for is what I'm about to read to you. In 2013, actress Shannon Guess, it's spelled like Guess, I'm sure it's not pronounced that way, Richardson.
Nice.
Geis? Why would
I don't know.
All right. Shannon, okay, in 2013, actress Shannon Richardson, known for her role in Walking Dead. I tried to look up that role, by the way. I don't know what character she was in the.
All I know is the character. All I know is the character Daryl. That's the only character I know. Oh, and the guy that the guy that everybody liked and then hated. What was his name? Played by that actor, tall, black hair. Oh, Negan. He played the character Negan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, Jeffrey D. Morgan. I only know him and the actor that plays Daryl on the show. That's all I know. That's my knowledge of The Walking Dead. Oh yeah, there's zombies in it.
Well, I mean, Steven Yeun got his start from Walking Dead too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay. Anyway, so Shannon pleaded guilty in developing, producing, and possessing and transferring a toxin with the intent to use it as a weapon, according to the Texarkana Gazette.
Texarkana?
No. She mailed threatening poison-laced letters to the then president Barack Obama and 2 other people.
Oh God!
Richardson Butts.
Assassination attempts?
Yeah, bro. We got a modern day Bjork stalker here.
Richardson... we don't have like political assassinations anymore, so
we don't. I mean, the closest we came to was when I remember there was like some commotion. There was some commotion in D.C., kind of near the White House when Obama was president, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, I guess they're going to try to assassinate Obama," but then it just ended up being some like completely separate thing. It was like some police thing.
No, I think the closest we've had to a political assassination is when that journalist threw a boot at George Bush in Iraq.
Oh yeah,
man. God, would it disappointing if that shoe hit him? But oh my gosh,
yeah. The most disrespectful things you can do in Iraqi culture is throw a shoe at somebody.
Probably the one thing I'll give massive respect to a W for is that save. My God,
that's sweet dodge.
Yeah, God damn.
Yeah, somebody could have a beer with.
Biden could never. Could never.
No, that shit would beam him right on the noggin.
Yeah.
Anyway,
to be fair, Trump.
Anyway, back on topic.
Well, I mean, there was that bald ego that tried killing Donald Trump.
But that was like that was like 15 years ago or something.
Also the clips that tried to kill his eyes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Anyway, so Richardson bought supplies for the plot using a credit card and account under her husband's name, and she made the poison ricin using castor beans, classic, in the home she shared with her husband and 4 children. She was also pregnant while making the concoction. That's quite a risky move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
Smart to be doing that.
Yeah, she mailed the letters to Obama, New York Mayor Mike Bloomberg, and a man named Michael Glaze, who was employed by mayors against illegal guns. The FBI examined all the correspondence. Richardson wrote about gun control in the letters and tried to set up her husband for the crime by planting evidence in his car and lunchbox. Wow. What a keeper.
In his lunchbox? Oh, that was a good lunch, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I want to put a ring on her.
Evidence during the divorce court trial.
Yeah.
My husband, my ex-wife served me things that could kill me for lunch.
Anyway,
she tried to blame me for the assassination of Obama. I think that's reason enough for
question mark.
She probably still got custody.
Oh my God!
All right, so despite her attempt to frame him, she was arrested in 2013 and was given an 18-year sentence without parole. That seems a little light for trying to kill the president.
The mayor of New York and the president, and then some other guy.
Yeah. Next on the list, Joe Exotic.
The Tiger King.
Yeah, the Tiger King.
The cult hero that we did not need during COVID.
Yep.
Well, wait.
The man, the myth, the legend, Joe Exotic. I mean, we're all familiar with his crimes, right?
Everybody was obsessed with that show in quarantine. I remember.
Yeah.
That and they thought he killed his wife, right?
Yes,
No,
and then there was
no,
all
he
those
was-
memes.
No,
all
he
those
wasn't.
memes of that other woman, whatever her name is.
Was
Yeah,
it Carol
Carol
Baskin's
Baskin.
wife?
Oh,
No,
F, that
no.
stupid
She
woman,
was
Carol.
she was his competitor. That he tried.
Freaking Carol Baskins.
God, she was a weirdo too. I didn't like any of them on that show.
I didn't watch 1 minute of that show. Thank God.
I didn't either, but I know the memes well.
They're all. I mean, they seemed like all awful people. It's just Joe's the most eccentric and willing to go the distance.
So what were his crimes?
Oh no, Zach.
Oh,
So Carol was never convicted, but it is theorized she possibly had a hand in her husband's murder. Her husband disappeared.
Oh wait, no, I got it all backwards. My bad.
Oh yeah, I did too, because I forgot. This was a couple years ago now. Wasn't there like conspiracy that she like fed him to like alligators or something?
I don't know about that.
I know my sister told me that supposedly she fed his body to alligators, and that's why they never were able to find the remains. I don't know. But anyway.
All right. Here's another one. Ryan Grantham.
I don't know who that is.
He's a young actor. I think he started off as a kid.
He's like from Riverdale?
Yes, and Supernatural and Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
Who do you play? Do you know?
Rodney James?
Rodney.
I don't watch Riverdale, so...
No, I meant in Diary of the Wimpy Kid. He played Rodney James.
Rodney?
Yeah.
Wasn't
I thought you were going to say Roderick.
I don't know. I've never
All right, what did he do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So, Grantham's auspicious career in Hollywood came to a tragic end in 2020 when he shot his mother in the back of the head. Long after his brutal crime, Grantham made a video confession and even planned to kill Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Whoa.
Wow.
That's man.
He decided not to, ultimately turning himself over to authorities the following day. He is giving life sentence with the possibility of parole after 14 years.
Huh.
Wow.
Yep.
You don't get too many political assassinations anymore.
Especially not from actors doing the political assassinations.
Yeah,
right.
there hasn't been one of those for like a good 150 years.
Right,
but we know the most famous one.
All right, here is Danny Masterson.
And he has three names.
From that 70s show.
I actually don't know I don't know the details of his crimes.
So basically,
I think we'll know about this topic.
Yeah, I do. So basically, he raped like 3 different women during his time on that 70s show.
Okay.
Now, Alex, did the actors that he worked with know about that?
Not at the time, but
I mean, I'm sure there was whispers. I'm sure there was whispers about it.
So basically, people hate everyone on that show except Topher Grace because they all wrote character witnesses for him. So like,
what, defending him?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's sucky.
Well, people do that all the time. Someone asks you.
No, but like people got really pissed about that. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's standard trial procedure. I mean, I don't.
Well, yeah, I know it's different, but like that Roman Polanski letter that like half of Hollywood signed.
That was because they were trying to arrest him going to Cannes. That's the one thing that people omit for that. They
I know it's true.
signed the letter
You're-
so that way, because they didn't want people to get
Cannes.
arrested when going to
The
when
Cannes.
doing job related things in
Right.
the film industry. It wasn't
Right.
we totally don't condemn Polanski and what he's doing, what he did back in the 70s.
I know people don't read the fine print. It's annoying.
Yeah, no, that's
people
what
don't
pissed
really
me
get it.
off about that whole that 70s show thing, because like people were mad at Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, and I'm like, that's standard shit.
Yeah, it's literal trial procedure
It's
things.
standard. I know. And
People
they probably
that know the person to do character witness stuff for the jury. That's just what people do.
It's very common. Like people don't understand that.
I mean, also, what if you refuse to do that? Don't you? You probably get in trouble if you refuse to do that.
No, you can.
No,
refuse.
you could refuse to do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I wonder why
you don't have to be a
what-
witness in a trial if you don't want to.
I think Topher Grace just wasn't asked. I don't know.
Oh, they had enough people. Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know the whole details of that, but I know like most of the cast of that show did that, and it got everyone all pissed off. So
I do remember Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher saying like they explained why they were there and like why
well,
they
come on,
they contributed.
we've discussed this before on a separate episode. I still have a couple more mentions here on this list.
Oh, sorry.
well, it's related, Ben.
All right, keep going.
already talked about this on a previous episode.
All right, go on.
All right, Joe Song, who is in the first Austin Powers movie. He played the guy in the top hat who threw his shoe. On Christmas Eve, 1990, Son aided in the kidnapping, assault, torture, and group sexual assault of a woman.
Yeah.
That's very specific.
Yep. So, wait. Yeah, he was also. Wait, he killed his cellmate too.
Ooh,
Maybe he was lonely. I don't know.
not good.
He was charged for voluntary manslaughter. Okay, so he got an additional 27 years added on top of his already long sentence.
Yeah.
Okay, couple more mentions. This one was all right. This one was a weird one for this list. Elizabeth Holmes. Do you guys know
That is weird. Yes. Oh,
are you
yes.
familiar with the Theranos?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I watched parts of a documentary about it, actually.
Yeah, there was a Netflix documentary about it. Yeah. Well, she's charged for fraud, so she's in jail for it. That's basic. Yeah. But I mean, I'm not gonna get into the specifics, but Theranos was like a device that was supposed to like do like 100 some different medical tests from one device, but it was a massive fraud.
I remember Amanda Seyfried played her on a miniseries, which actually I heard was pretty good.
But I just want to mention her because I thought that was kind of a weird. I thought that was a weird entry on a list for celebrities who've gone to.
Well, yeah,
right. But I wouldn't say she's really a celebrity. I mean,
because I remember
yeah,
she came out with the blood testing company, and she was big, and she had this sort of like Steve Jobs persona for a little bit. This whole like Forbes kind of thing, like putting yourself out there as the kind of face.
Oh, I know.
And then it was like immediate like backlash, and people. I think the backlash to it and the whole acknowledgement of the fraud just kind of way overshadowed that. That's become the thing, and now she's indicted on frauds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so, there we go.
I still think it's a weird entry.
It's not like prestigious as like an actor or a musician or a producer, I guess. So who are way more upfront culturally, I guess.
So wait, does that mean then? Do you consider Bill Gates a celebrity?
In a way, yeah. A celebrity businessman, entrepreneur, the person
Yeah,
who's
he's not.
like,
Yeah.
Okay,
all the people who you see like in Microsoft or in Apple or who do like the behind the scenes things, like they're big because they're part of Apple, but they're not the celebrity because they're not the face of it. The person who's the
Right.
face of it is kind of the celebrity because they're they're the
so
person.
Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos.
In a way, yeah, they're kind of celebrities.
Yeah, true.
Because they're
Henry
famous, they're well
Ford.
known, everyone knows. Henry Ford was kind of like a celebrity in his day,
All right,
because he was the big guy.
all right.
He wasn't a big guy, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Last one I'd like to mention on this list. Famous YouTuber Austin Jones.
Why do I feel like I know that name?
Yeah.
Me too.
Jones was a youthful-looking teen idol type. Many of the fans he attracted were female. Teenaged and younger, Jones used his platform and fame to exploit them. In 2017, the singer was arrested after he reportedly used Facebook to encourage his followers, some as young as 14, to send him sexually explicit and nude images and videos.
All right, stop. When you said Ben Teen Idol, I knew that this was not going to go anywhere good for him. Teen Idol? I mean, right there, I was like, all right, this guy's a pedophile.
Oh yeah. Well, what's funny is like the evidence that damned him was so blatant because he's literally like FaceTime. I think he was like literally FaceTiming these fans, telling them to spread their ass cheeks for him or something.
Ugh, stop with
ew,
don't give us
ew.
details.
Ew.
Gosh,
Ew.
gosh.
Ew.
When I talked about the Twilight Zone thing, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna talk about like what actually happened. In the
What
days.
actually happened?
But then,
All right,
but then Ben's
not
like,
so that-
all right, he Sento is like, oh, I just unfold your legs for me, baby. It's like, stop, gosh.
All right, let me rephrase
I
that.
wanted to be like a little kind of respectful.
All right, well, we can cut that out. The point is that
He was a bad dude.
this goober was like
Goober.
That's a good word.
This knucklehead.
This goober was like in live calls asking these 14-year-old girls to do explicit acts for him live. So I mean, like, of course he's gonna get caught.
Right.
Well,
All right.
that's good.
Well, what's his sentence? Did he go to jail?
Well, yeah, that's
10 years in prison.
Oh,
That's
a little
it.
light, I would say.
well,
Yeah, but he's a pretty boy, so we know how that goes in prison.
Right.
Okay.
What? I can't be a little risque. I have
No,
to.
you can't. I was just.
I didn't know we were the fucking Wiggles here.
No, you can. I was joking.
Ben, how dare you damn the Wiggles?
Anyway, well, that was my subject that ended up taking almost an hour. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't intend it
No
to be
problem.
that long. All right.
Yeah, maybe
Alex?
next time we can just talk about celebrities who have just killed people, not gone to prison.
I mean,
Oh,
that
like,
would be Alec
what's his
Baldwin
name?
and
No, of course we won't talk about the ones we talked
was it
about today.
Matthew Broderick?
We did mention him, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we mentioned them.
Anyway, all right, Alex.
Who's
Zach.
next?
All right, Alex, it's all you, brother.
Okay. So
Is this the thing you teased at the end of last episode?
Yeah, so I decided to change it up a little bit. I'm gonna just share my top 5 favorite episodes of Modern Family.
Oh, you're not ranking the seasons.
I was going to, but it would take too long.
Yeah, we just did an entire episode of a ranking tree.
So I thought just saying my top 5 favorite episodes would do it.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I might be some of mine as well.
So I have to find the list first. But oh, damn it, hold on.
Take your time.
Intermission music.
Fun, I can
Hey,
add some
hey,
intermission
dun
music
dun
in
dun
here.
dun. Hey, hey, dun dun dun. Hey, hey, dun 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 dun.
All right, I found it. So, as you guys know, I just finished watching Modern Family. I didn't mention it that I was watching it in the pod before, but yeah. So I'm gonna go through a couple honorable mentions first.
Okay.
One of them being just the one scene with Cam and Mitch in the airport in season 8.
Just the one scene?
Well, I want to just talk about the one scene, Zach, where they're on the sleeping pills in the airport.
Yes, good one.
Another honorable mention would be the Lake House solar eclipse episode from season 9.
Yes,
And
which is very
the Disney,
timely for the eclipse we just had.
yes, and the Disneyland episode from season 3.
Yes.
So at I'm gonna go from 5 and up to the top. Number 5, I got the series finale.
Oh, it was a good finale.
Yes, it was.
It was a very strong finale, I thought.
You
Very
know how most
satisfying.
series finales are either shit or like kind of average?
Yeah.
This is one where it wasn't.
Mhm.
And despite the last season not being that great, I think it ended on a really strong note.
It did. I was impressed when that happened. Yes, I was impressed with that.
Would you say it was the best part of the final season then?
Yes, I would. I don't know about you, Zach, but I definitely would.
I agree.
I'm not
Kinda
saying the
it
show
wrapped
was
everything up
bad
well.
because it wasn't, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's a very strong finale. Number 4, Zach, you might be surprised by this one. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Arrested from season 4.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, it's not one of my favorites, but I definitely really like that episode.
I thought it was really funny, mainly with Cam trying to, parent, but
Oh yes. Yeah, it's definitely a memorable episode. I do think it was one of the more memorable ones.
especially when you have like Phil actually being a dad and
Yeah, not being a goofball, yeah.
Being a goofy
and
fool.
Jay's ex-wife Dee Dee shows up here too.
Yeah, played by the great Shelley Long.
So what happens is Haley, who's played by Sarah Hyland, gets arrested for underage drinking and accidentally falling on a police officer, but just how it happened was so funny.
Oh, that's where that image you keep posting of the police lineup. Or
Yes.
mugshot. Yeah.
Yep, that's where it came from. And then so what happened is their uncle had to watch over the other 2 dumpy kids, but one of them ate something that had soy in it and he was allergic to soy, so they spend the day in the hospital.
Classic
Yes.
trope, sitcom trope.
Mm-hmm.
But it was funny because like Cam had this whole bit where he made what was it called? Faux fakin.
Oh yeah,
And
bacon.
Mitch couldn't tell the difference.
Yes.
Bacon.
Or no, he knew which one was the real bacon and which one wasn't.
Yes.
Well, overall, it was a really funny episode.
No, it is a good one. I do remember liking it for sure.
And number 3, I got the episode called Caught in the Act from season 2, where the Dumpy kids catch their parents having sex, and it's just awkward, but it's funny.
Wait,
It was so bizarre, that episode.
Their last name is Dumpy?
No,
Dunphy.
Dumpy.
Oh.
But it's just how it happened was really funny.
It is. But I think they based that off of a real thing that happened to one of the writers, apparently.
Yeah, I remember that hearing they did that with a lot of episodes.
Yeah, like the pilot especially.
I'll be right back. Continue.
Okay. But then like the kids don't know how like they're gonna talk to the parents about it, and it was just funny how that happened.
Yes.
Number
It was
2,
funny.
I got the Vegas episode from season 5.
That's probably my top 5, that episode.
So basically the Dumfies and the other main couples, no kids in this one, all go to Vegas and just crazy shit happens. I think that's the best way to summarize that one.
It is.
The one scene I found particularly funny is like Jay had to count how many floors there were in that hotel like 3 times.
I know, and then when he got there, they're like, "Oh, there's the diamond or the platinum suite?"
Yeah, then he had to count how many floors there were again.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
And that one also had
it won an Emmy for best directing, I think.
Also had Stephen Merchant as the concierge.
Oh, yep, he shows up quite a bit in movies, and it's one of those people you know his face, but you don't know his name.
And this episode also has Fred Armisen.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
I can't remember whose ex he played, but it was either Cam or Mitch, one of the two.
I think it might have been Mitch's ex. I think if I had to put money on it, I would say Mitch's ex.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dog butler that Jay's obsessed with makes an appearance as well.
Right.
Zach, I think you know what my number 1 is.
Oh yes, and ask I'm curious to see if Matt's seen the movie that this episode was the inspiration for. I had to correct myself there.
Oh yeah, because the episode came out before the movie. That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You told me that.
Yes, I did.
Well, what was the movie?
So the movie was Searching, and the episode is called Connection Lost, and it's from season 6.
And it's just like the movie, Matt.
But it's it's really funny.
Have you seen Searching? I think Mike might have, or one of our other friends has seen it.
I have.
The
John Cho movie that's like all on a computer.
I know about it. I actually have not seen it.
And there's a sequel to it called Missing.
Oh, I do remember when the sequel came out, yeah.
Searching.
So basically in the episode
Hey.
Julie Bowen's character freaks out because she thinks her daughter got married, but she didn't, and also thought that she was pregnant. But yeah, that's my favorite episode of the show.
There you go.
The show also had a lot of guest stars.
It did. More than I remembered. You were reminding me of some that I forgot about.
Like Matthew Broderick was in an episode.
Yeah, I do remember that because that was pretty early in the show. I
Leslie Mann.
I forgot about Fred Armisen. I forgot about Peyton Manning. Elizabeth Banks, I knew, but she has a reoccurring character on the show.
Yeah, Leslie Mann was in the show too.
I forgot she was in it.
Leslie Mann's purpose was funny because like Cam was pretending to be straight so she'd be with him.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, and Kevin Hart.
Oh yeah, he played the neighbor in 2 episodes, I think.
Steve Zahn.
Oh yeah, his annoying character. Yep.
Nathan Fillion.
Oh yep. Kelsey Grammer was in one.
Rob Riggle as Phil's nemesis.
Oh yeah, Phil's nemesis. Yep, that guy.
But I think the most. Oh, Fred Willard as Phil's dad.
Oh yeah, Fred Willard and Nathan Lane were probably the 2 best ones, most
Nathan.
reoccurring.
Well, Matt, listen to Nathan Lane's name in the show.
Okay, I'm listening.
Pepper Saltzman.
Saltzman?
Wait, say the first part again,
Say
Alex.
the first part again.
Pepper Saltzman. It's a fitting name for Nathan Lane, I must say.
Yeah. I remember Gloria's reaction. I'm not going to impersonate it because it'd be probably deemed as racist, but I'll say, "What kind of friend's name is Pepper?" But just picture her saying in a Colombian accent, and it's even funnier.
Oh yeah. Jane Krakowski is Gloria's nemesis.
Oh yeah, yeah. She was in a few shows. Interesting.
Yes, so that's
Was that me?
That was definitely not the soundboard, Zach.
Was that me?
Oh yeah, I've got a soundboard of you.
Nice.
Thank
you. I'm honored.
I was playing that during the opening of the episode.
Oh, I'm glad you got to try it out.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, wow. Well, that's good. I'm glad you got to try it out. I'm glad my circumstances led to that.
I only have 8 sound bites of you, so I just have
yes,
and I have
wow,
and
and
then.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, well, I finished while you were gone, so.
Yeah, sorry about that. They don't call it fast food for nothing.
Well, you'll hear it in post, so.
Yeah.
Zach, 2 more. Josh Gad and Oliver Platt.
Oh yeah, Oliver Platt. That's right.
The platypus.
Remember he wanted to be with Jay?
Yes.
Oh, the platypus.
That was funny.
That was my nickname in high school.
The platypus.
No, it wasn't.
That's
Harry the platypus.
That's my porn name.
Oh gosh.
Zach, Matt, do you guys have anything to talk about?
I do. I have someone messaging me saying, "What if I were a gay pirate? Why message me like that?" And during the pod, very not cool.
Very sauce.
Is that an invitation?
No. They said, "What if I were a gay pirate?" And I respond, "What?" Because I'm kind of confused. And they said, "Well, like, what if I was? Like, what would you even do?" And I'm just like, I don't know.
Anyway.
Again, is that an invitation?
I don't know. I don't know.
Also, I feel like I need to clarify something on a previous sentence I said, since you guys dogpiled me over it. I only mentioned what Austin Jones said, about the
You're just reading off the article, aren't you?
No, no, it's because I've heard it from, like, a bunch of other YouTubers who've, like, talked about Austin Jones.
We're
like,
fine.
You guys
I didn't mean to dogpile you. It was
you
just
guys,
a little
like
TMI, as the kids say nowadays.
I mean, that's fair, but, like, I guess I was just on autopilot, because I've heard the Austin Jones memes a bunch of YouTubers talk about Austin Jones and the risque, dumb shit he's has 14-year-olds to do for him on live streams. So, I mean, it was not news to me. So, I just guess...
I mean, I've definitely heard about it before, but I didn't remember it explicitly. So, but it's fine. It's fine. Now, I do have a thing. It is not as glamorous as celebrities committing murder and horrible things
and
and
other
going to
horrible
prison,
things.
or
Assassinations of political
assassination attempts and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
it's
Zach,
not,
you missed some doozies, Zach.
and
Oh
it's
yeah, I can't wait to listen in.
and it's not as
Wholesome.
beloved by Alex as his favorite episodes of the sitcom that he's watching. Are you still in the middle of watching Community?
Yes, I'm about to finish season 4.
All right. But I was going to read an article. Man, I've been meaning to cover this topic, but we had the Godzilla episode, and I've just been
Yeah.
pushing this back. I was gonna do it like 2 episodes ago, but then I also wanted to do the Taylor Swift thing, and I'm over the whole Taylor Swift thing. That's just too much Swift, too much Swift.
No, we all are over it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to talk about is home media. All right.
Very good topic.
Very good
Very
topic.
timely.
Very good topic. So, back in February, we get an announcement. Disney releases. Disney reaches licensing deal with Sony Pictures Home Entertainment for DVD and Blu-ray releases of new and catalog titles. All right. So I'm just gonna read this Deadline article, and yeah. So Disney has reached a licensing deal with Sony, under which the latter's home entertainment division will handle all Disney releases on DVD and Blu-ray, as well as all physical media production.
Wait, I thought Disney was going to stop all that.
In Australia, they did.
Oh,
They
but
they did in Australia, but this is the latest news.
they're still going to do physical media releases?
That we know of, I think.
Well,
We'll see. We'll see what Matt
Okay.
says.
Yeah, sorry.
It is the
No,
latest.
you're
No,
fine.
it's fine. It's fine. It's
You're
fine.
fine, Ben.
Yeah, you're
I just-
you're asking good questions. You're asking good questions. It is the latest sign of the decline of the physical disc trend. Netflix last fall unplugged its foundational disc by mail service, and revenue from disc sales had continued to decline markedly in the streaming era, as indicated in this month in a 2023 recap by Digital Entertainment Group, a trade consortium. Digital Entertainment Group will henceforth be acronymed as DEG. So DEG's preliminary annual report found robust demand for movie titles, lifted overall revenue 17%, but disc sales and rentals dropped 25%. Just shy about $1.6 billion. Billion with a B. Now, Disney and Sony declined to comment when contacted by Deadline. So it was first reported by Digital Bits, the website. Let me look up the Digital Bits press release on Disney and Sony. I'll get it straight from the horse's mouth, as it were. So, the headline read, exclusive, Disney and Sony Inc. deal for Sony to take over Disney's physical media production. Disney Movie Club to shut down as a result. There are some significant developments happening within the home video industry of late. Developments that I've been spending a lot of time investigating and really digging in these past weeks at Digital Bits, and I can now confidently report them at this time. Disney and Sony have inked a major deal for Sony Pictures Home Entertainment to take over all of Disney's physical media production going forward. This means that Sony will handle and oversee the actual authoring and compression of discs, that they will work with replicators, packaging vendors, and that they'll oversee the titles that they'll go out to distributors, and onto realtors. Side note. Do you know how sad I am that we don't have too many actual home video realtors? All we have nowadays is Walmart or Target. You can have like a
Yeah.
occasional Barnes and Noble here and there. Maybe you have like the one Newberry Comics in your state that actually has that actually sells used videos.
Well, I heard apparently Target's going to be starting to scale down too.
Well, they
Walmart's
have been.
Walmart is noticeably scaled down their
Quietly doing it. They're quietly scaling them down.
so we don't notice.
So we don't notice until they're gone. And then we'll just have Amazon.
Oh no,
Yeah, that's true.
oh no,
Yay!
Amazon's been scaling back too. I've noticed.
How?
It's been hard to, dude. It's been hard to find physical discs on Amazon, or it's been noticeably harder to find physical media on Amazon.
Have you tried looking up movies, the movie category?
Me?
Oh yeah, have
Yeah,
you?
selecting a Blu-ray or DVD on the side.
Yeah,
I
I
did, I
have.
think, a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, I
Yeah.
have. But like, usually, still, they'll like the first things that'll pop up are like, oh, rent it now on Amazon, or they'll have like posters or like merch, and you have to
Yeah,
like,
because they'll do it where you can buy it to watch on Prime,
yeah,
but
or like not like actually buy a physical copy.
Yeah, I looked up on Google Maps like if there was any like home media sellers like in my area. All I got was Walmart, Target, Walmart, Target, Barnes and Noble,
That's
Walmart, Target, Walmart.
that's
oh
sad.
yeah,
It's kind of
Dude,
sad.
yeah, I
oh yeah,
mean,
because not every Barnes and Noble sells DVDs.
Well, they all should sell Criterions.
and then yeah, I was thinking about this the other day, how much I miss the days when I could just go to FYE and just
Yeah, there's
peruse.
only one around here.
FYE was a good place.
Wait, there's still one around.
So
Yeah,
there's one in the South Shore Plaza, but it's like mostly like pop culture stuff.
But they do have a small section of DVDs.
Mhm.
Wait, I didn't know there was one still. I didn't know there was one in South Shore Plaza.
It's made like a minor comeback. But
Really?
it's more focused on pop culture, like kind of like a Newberry Comics-esque store now.
Listen, I'll take it, buddy. Like, I'd rather have some physical media being sold rather than zero. Like,
Yeah,
all
what I
major
really wanted to
retailers are
try to
doing.
see if I could find is like a little shop. You guys know that record place that we went to in Hyannis, or as I like to call it, Heinous?
Yes.
Yes.
That was a good store.
Yes, Spinnakers.
Yep.
Was I there? I don't remember going.
No,
to
it was
the
just the
No,
three
you
of us.
weren't.
Yeah, to one side they have Blu-rays and DVDs. What I get, King Kong there?
You did.
What we
I
won't
almost
get
got.
back
I
on.
almost
We won't
got.
get back on King Kong. No.
Wait,
Don't
No,
this
worry.
isn't
I
Hyannis.
almost got something there. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it's on Main Street.
I gotta check this place out. Since
Yeah, but it's mostly a record store though, so like that's
No, but they do have sections of movies.
yeah, and shirts.
Yeah, we can't forget the shirts.
just wondering, do you think DVDs and Blu-rays will go the way of like vinyl discs, where they'll have like a niche comeback?
Yeah,
Probably.
We'll have to
so.
see.
I would like that.
But
I think it will. They'll be very overpriced, and yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I still rather own a movie than
No, me too.
like.
I mean,
I-
I mean, as of now, I mean, I don't buy as much probably as you guys, but I probably only buy like maybe at the most 3 or 4 DVDs a year now.
yeah, no, I don't buy as much as I used to either.
Yeah, I
I
don't
do.
either.
I do it for really special ones.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be something worthy.
Like the half
Anyway,
off
go ahead, Matt, sorry.
Criterions, but
But I mean, there are a lot of good movies been coming out lately that are worthy of owning.
Yeah, it's just bad
So-
timing because Yeah, Oppenheimer and Barbie sold millions on DVD.
Well, that's good then. That means maybe they'll show, uh, you know, studios that maybe DVDs are still worthy to sell.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, go ahead, Matt.
Yeah,
All right.
continue.
So the person received word 2 weeks before writing this about this deal. Apparently, within 24 hours of the ink drying, and it was confirmed it with multiple sources that Disney and Sony had this deal. The deal makes sense for Disney for a number of reasons, not the least of which is that Sony is far more efficient and cost-effective at producing the discs, whereas Disney's physical media operation has been subject to no small amount of internal organizational turmoil recently. They
Didn't
trimmed down in late 2019, early 2020. Great time when your home media releases need to get to be trimmed down. And then Disney infamously said no to 4K.
Oh yeah.
Then they were subject to many cost-cutting pressures and personal losses, all which were suffered during the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, that goes back. It goes back to COVID. Goddamn COVID.
I mean, DVDs and home media were kind of on the downswing even before COVID, but yeah, COVID just.
Yeah, and then Disney focused its media operation on Disney Plus,
hmm
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah,
have
because
been, and the organization has been tied to the digital and streaming operation ever since.
even like their theater releases haven't been making that much money or as much money. So a lot of their
But to be
movies.
fair, it's like 12 pieces of cape shit, and then the one good movie.
Mm, well, plus I mean, all their like original animated stuff lately have been stinkers too.
No, that's true.
Except for Encanto. I think Encanto was like the last good one, which I still haven't seen.
Then how do you know if you like it or not?
Well, no, but I'm saying most people liked it. It was it was popular. But
Oh yeah, no, it
but like,
definitely
yeah, but like,
was.
who the fuck liked Raya and the Last Dragon? Like, who's ever talked about that movie?
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I hear no one talking about it.
Yeah, and then all I heard from the internet was how Wish was like the blandest thing ever.
It was okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's what everybody says. It's just okay. Sorry,
Anyway,
Matt.
Matt.
Yeah, okay. Let me go back to the Deadline article. Sources familiar with the agreement, as reported in Digital Bitch, said the new setup will operate on a licensing model. Sony will market, sell, and distribute new Disney releases as well as catalog titles on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K via realtors and distributors in the U.S. and Canada. So far, silence everywhere else. Sorry, Australia.
Mhm. Oh,
Um,
Okay, one thing I wanted to ask: wasn't Sony actually kind of like one of the forefathers of like Blu-ray?
Let's
One of
actually
them,
see.
yeah.
Let me.
Like, I thought they were actually like part of like the inception of they were involved with the inception of Blu-ray.
Let's see what the first Blu-rays that were
I
ever
think he's
released
right
were.
though.
Um. All right, so I'm on Blu-ray.com, and I went all the way back to June 2006. June
Yep.
2006. You want to know what it says their first cataloged Blu-ray discs are? It's a random assortment, I kid you not.
Yes, go for it.
The Terminator,
Yeah.
Underworld Evolution,
Mm-hmm.
51st Dates, House of Flying Daggers,
Okay.
Hitch, XXX, and The Fifth Element.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. That is a strange
And
bunch.
do you know what they have in common?
It looked like they were all released by Sony.
Exactly.
Oh, so I was right.
You are right.
Yeah. Okay. I thought they were kind of like the progenitors of Blu-ray. Okay. Sorry we keep derailing you, Matt.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. It's around the same topic and kind of
It's just, I mean, you mentioned that Sony was taking over, and it kind of made sense to me
Yeah.
since they're really big on the Blu-ray scene.
yeah. The shift was part of the larger evaluation of Disney's strategy to reaching consumers and comes as the company is facing pressure for some investors to deliver more cost efficiencies. So it's like it's more cost efficient to stick with the streaming to them, I guess, rather than focusing on the home media stuff. So just give that home media rights to another home media entertainment division from another company. This could seem to be a good thing because they do have a large catalog. So you could see releases of Disney-owned properties coming down the pipeline.
You think they'll open up their vault for this?
Probably, but I'm not quite sure. Let me keep reading. So I want to see what it says about that. If it says something about that at all, you know. Disney historically has been a home entertainment power due to the family nature of its film slate, both in animation and live action. Repeat viewing made even the initial hefty investment in VHS tapes back in the 80s a worthwhile investment for families, with that behavior carrying over to the DVD and Blu ray era. Streaming, however, has become a default option for consumers over the years, probably because it was more cost efficient to have things streaming in home, especially during COVID. you know, rather than having to own the actual physical copy. Like I have a friend who mostly has totally legal copies, wink, of the films that he watches, winks, wink, wink, and he's like, and he may or may not have said, "Why don't you just torrent it instead of just buying your DVDs and videos?" Supposedly,
Hmm.
I'm not saying that's what he said, but he said, "Oh, why don't you just do that?" And I'm like, "Well, I kind of like, collecting and owning things." So
Yeah.
we mentioned like records and how people, own records and how that kind of died out because we've kind of gradually made the act of owning it smaller, more compact, what with the disc, the tape, um the digital,
Hmm.
Yeah, so it was like more convenient.
or it'd be more convenient. But then it kind of people got back to doing that because they realized that there was a appreciation for owning a thing. I think that it's good to own a thing.
Yeah. I mean, you
No, it
can.
is.
Well, it's funny that it's vinyl and not like CD-ROMs, because I mean, CD-ROMs take up less space, and you still own a thing.
Oh, I'm sure that there's like a dedicated collectors of CDs, of cassette tapes, of
Apparently, my dad still has a giant collection of CD-ROMs.
of
All right, there we
probably
go.
someone interested in 8 tracks. Oh, sorry, I was typing in eight tracks in into my browser, and I forgot that the number 8 is directly linked to hotkey on the soundboard. And then I was like, "Wait a minute! Why did Zach just say something that was on the soundboard? That's
Oh, I
weird."
thought that.
And I was
All
like,
right, there we go.
I thought that actually was Zach. And
"I'm sorry,
yeah,
Zach.
you fooled me now.
I fooled myself." Um,
I thought
um,
Zach was like, all right,
all,
yeah,
all right, yeah,
CD-ROMs.
yeah, 8 tracks, hell yeah! I bump that in my car all the time. Anyway, um, yeah, it talks about Disney Plus, yada yada yada. Sony, meanwhile, is not a combatant in the streaming wars in the way that its media peers have waged them. While it operates niche services such as the anime outlet Crunchyroll, the company has no general entertainment platform of its own. Therefore, it approaches the studio business in a way that differs from many of the top tier competitors. Despite the downward trajectory of the sector of Blu-rays and DVDs, cinephiles like us will likely continue to support 4K Blu-rays, DVDs, etc., which renders film it's specifically 4K renders the film in the highest available resolution, or like I said, are general collectors, and want for the owning of physical media.
So I wonder if Sony's gonna just like start outright selling like discs of movies like on their own platform, like their own shop.
That could definitely be interesting.
That would be that'd be a nice plot twist.
Yeah, and even though we might be seeing like a lack of stuff from retailers like Walmart and Target, that's probably just because, since Disney is no longer releasing a lot of their stuff into the market, we might in the coming months see more released, especially considering that now Sony has come into the market owning their property, Disney's property, which also is like a lot since it owns like a bunch of other studios. We'll probably see like more released in retail outlets than currently.
Well, you
So
gotta remember too, like a lot of these studios now have their own streaming services, and they rather just gatekeep their uh,
Oh yeah,
properties
Ben, that's an
behind a
interesting thing.
subscription service. So it's not like Walmart and Target just voluntarily wanted this to happen. It's just the
oh,
way
I wasn't assuming that. I was
it's just
assuming
the way
that
it's just the way the market is
no,
right
no,
now.
I'm not saying that they're like saying, "Oh, let's pull back until they do this deal with Sony." I was like thinking they're doing that because Disney's not releasing them at the moment.
Yeah, but
But
it's also this.
I'm not saying like I'm saying what I think is going to happen. I'm not saying what will definitely happen. This is my prediction of what's going to happen. Is like we're going to
Right.
see like more stuff in retail outlets now that this deal has gone through. So once they start producing and distributing and retailing all this stuff, then there'll be like more stuff that can be able to bought.
Right.
You see what I mean? It's not. I'm not trying to be a conspiratorial in any way. This is just what I think, and is my opinion. It's
Right.
and it is in no way.
No, right. But
Okay.
what I'm saying is, Disney is not the only guilty party in like
Oh
this
yeah,
streaming
definitely.
in the
All I'm
streaming
saying
wars sector.
is
Like none of them want to publish. All of them have streaming services that they'd rather just have people subscribe to rather than selling
well,
physical media.
yeah. Well, just all I'm saying is that with this deal, it does open a lot of stuff because Disney does own a lot of property that Sony could be able to just produce. You know.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah,
I
and also they have been releasing a lot of the Disney Plus shows on Blu-ray
Huh.
and 4K. They've released some Star Wars and Marvel shows that they've produced.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah, those are the cash cows. Of course,
Of
they're
course.
gonna, of course, they're gonna put those out in physical media.
Um,
The thing with Sony too is so they don't have a streaming service, so they put all their shit on Netflix, and I just
So
thought that
what?
was important to point
Yeah.
out.
yeah, and to date our episode, next week is the release of the first season of Andor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Moon Knight, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
So that'd be April 30th, I take it.
Yes, to immediately date the episode that we are producing. Yes.
Yeah. Um.
Very interesting
Let's.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the article ends with the addition about how people are willing to go out to buy home media now because last November 4K copies of Oppenheimer had sold out at major retailers, forcing Universal Studios to scramble to replenish the stock before the end of the holiday season. So there is a market for people to buy movies on home media. So
Yeah.
Just doesn't sound as easy as it
it's
used to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
it might be a on an incline, but that's either wishful thinking on my end or something that could possibly happen with this deal. I don't know.
Well,
I feel like this is kind of hopeful, at least in this specific filmic sector. It's not like it's not going to be impacted by streaming.
Yeah.
Of course it will. Streaming is uh, easy to do. What with smart TVs and various streaming devices like
Yeah, but it's
the
becoming
Roku or the Amazon. What is it? The Amazon Fire
thick.
Stick, Fire
Yeah.
Stick.
Most smart TVs, you don't need any of that stuff anymore.
The Disco Stick.
The disco stick.
Want to take a ride on your Disco Stick?
Oh no. What I was gonna say is, what I'm getting annoyed by is how this prevailing attitude that we have to do streaming only. That attitude's now starting to leak down into the indie spectrum too.
Hmm.
Like A24 is not distributing nearly as much home media anymore as it used to. Now
They also have their own home media that they release for exorbitant prices on their
yeah,
website.
exactly. Like they don't do wide release. Now you have to go directly to the source and
Well,
pay a
only
lot of
for
money.
specific titles, though. So they haven't released a lot on their like specific thing.
Like I really like the movie After Sun, right? But the only way
Yeah.
the only way I can
Oh
get that
yeah.
is by pay like $40 for it on the A24
Oh
shop.
yeah. If you want to get like the cheaper version of it, you could get it for $20, but you won't be able to play it on your Blu-ray player because it's like from the UK.
Right. Yeah, it's a region locked. Which is also kind of a dumb institute that's still around. Why we still have region locked home media?
Yeah, and a lot of 4Ks aren't region locked too. So there are some that are, but there's some that are not. So it's kind of a waste.
But I would say streaming, with how many streaming services there are that are basically just gatekeeping all their properties, I'd say buying home media is becoming more practical and relevant because, I mean, there's only so many services you can subscribe to at a time. And it's a hassle to keep subscribing, then unsubscribing, then signing up again just to watch like one specific movie. So
yeah.
I would argue, I used to buy DVDs because I was like you guys, I like collecting movies, and I still do, but now I see it more as like a necessity to, I'd rather be able to watch this movie anytime I want, not have to, subscribe to a service that I'm not going to use more than once just to watch this movie and go through all that hassle. Plus, I mean, from it sounds like a lot of these streaming services, at least some of them are becoming less user friendly from what I hear.
Yeah.
Like Max is kind of ass. Like
From what I hear, yes.
I still watch stuff on Max, but like it's not a very optimized service like it used to be. Netflix is okay, but I mean they tried that thing last year where they're trying to prevent people from signing or preventing account leeches by having you to be constantly near the Wi-Fi router that you're
Right.
fucking
Oh yeah.
use it for your service, and that backfired.
Also, what about the services that just delete content?
Oh yeah, that's bullshit. The content made for that service.
Oh, that's
then
so
it becomes
annoying.
then it becomes almost lost media, with the exception of the torrents that people were able to get.
Yeah, I mean they are kind of making piracy not just. They are making piracy like the only option for some people.
Also, Ben, you were talking about how services you can watch at any time, right? You were talking about that.
Yeah, if you own physical media, as long as you have a Blu-ray player, you can watch it anytime you want.
It's almost like that. It's almost like, sorry to cut you off, Zach.
That's all right.
It's almost like that situation with Nintendo, and emulation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that, like, if you're a fan of the Harry Potter movies, they go from Peacock, Max, Peacock, Max, Peacock, Max.
I know. It's like pick one, please.
You're exactly right. Like, one thing I like about Netflix is that it keeps cycling in new stuff every month, but they also cycle stuff out every month. So they're constant. You don't know when things are going to be available for you to watch on your specific streaming service, and then you got to go and figure out which streaming service is playing the movie you want.
That's why it's like Disney
Wow.
Plus. Disney Plus. I know what it is. It's wow. I mean, wow. That Disney Plus.
I did it again. I typed it. I got like hotkeys on the soundboard.
I thought you did that on purpose. You bet.
No, I don't mean to. You're saying, I'm like, wow. HBO Max or Max. Your Warner Brothers movies like Batman and stuff. You're like, oh, those are ours, right? Oh no, let's just make them all go to Netflix now for no reason, and then we'll take them off of Netflix and put them back on HBO Max, and then from HBO Max back to Netflix. It's a shit show, and and then these streaming services are losing subscribers, and they're like, oh well, no, they're doing fine. We're retaining subscribers, but then they're like, Disney reports they've lost 4 million subscribers in Q1 of 2023. Like, oh, well, maybe streaming isn't so all it's cracked up to be.
It would it would be fine if it was consistent, but it's not. They keep changing the platform, and they keep changing their libraries.
Yeah, no, like Hulu and Disney Plus are like a thing together now. It's like Disney
yeah, that's
on Hulu.
right.
So like eventually Hulu's probably going to shut down.
Well, I thought Disney owned part of Hulu.
They do, but they might be shutting it down, or at least I don't know if they sold off the parts from Universal. Because Universal owns it. Yeah, put it all together.
Yeah, they'll probably just combine it or make it like a separate channel. Do you hear that they're apparently, was it Disney that's doing on Disney Plus, like doing separate channels where it's going to show like a bunch of stuff like.
Yes.
Oh yeah, like I heard about that.
We are reinventing cable.
Yes, that sounds dumb.
online cable. Let's do it, boys.
Well, see,
Yeah,
I thought Disney had Hulu so they could, you know, uh, put all their Fox properties on Hulu and not have to like have a
I thought so.
yeah, because it'd be weird if they put the Fox properties on Disney Plus because
Well, they said that's what they say. That's why they bought or merged with Fox was because to add to their streaming library. That was like the whole reason they bought that studio. I think.
yeah,
Pretty
but
much.
you can't put like every Fox property on Disney Plus because then it's going to be I mean, it's Disney Plus is supposed to be like the family-friendly streaming service.
No,
You're
but
gonna
they've
have
they,
you're gonna have the Aliens franchise and
Hell yeah!
and like
I mean, they already
And
have
poor
Deadpool on.
things.
Deadpool's already on Disney Plus.
oh it is. Do they have so like is it like a do they have like a Disney Plus adults only section?
They
Like
have, no,
Yeah,
they
you
have
have to like do that.
they have better protections about that. Like, oh, are you gonna watch stuff that's for over 18-year-olds? Like when you make your Disney Plus account now. I don't know. I made mine a long time ago, so I don't know how it is now. But apparently, when they started having like the old Marvel Netflix shows that are more violent and explicit, they add more parental warnings and controls where the kids can't easily access this content that's not appropriate for their age group.
Oh yeah.
okay, also keep in mind this is Disney, the company known for going back and redacting and censoring stuff from their old old properties. So I mean, who's to say they won't go back on some classic movies and start tweaking them?
Right.
They
Well,
did
that was
that
good.
with Fantasia.
Yeah,
They did, and they did it with Dumbo. They did it with Peter Pan. They did it with the Muppets TV show.
I'd love to see like a classic uncut release of Fantasia.
I know, me too. There hasn't been what since the '60s, Matt.
Yeah, probably not. They've lost the original narrator's voice recordings, so all we have is
Oh,
like the redubbed versions. I think there's still some of it not lost, but I think a
right.
majority of it's lost.
Mm. Yeah, that was a good topic. Did you finish your article?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I like
you'd
that.
known if you were
that was
here.
good.
No, just kidding.
I know. I was here for this one.
Yeah,
No, this was a good topic. It's been something that
this-
I've been kind of passionate about, though.
No, I mean
Yeah.
this. We could even you could do this even as a series. I mean, you could do whole. I mean, I could talk about this a whole episode.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I mean,
it's good to it's good that we keep home
Yeah.
media important.
It is.
I'll leave off with this tweet that
Yes.
that I saw. I saw someone who it's a bit of an over exaggeration of how we feel, but someone was like, I can't find Alfred Hitchcock's Spellbound. It's because of Disney. It's basically lost media now, and it's like everyone in the comments kind of dogpiled this person and was like, that's not what lost media is. You could still find it. They're like, I can only find it in 480p, and it's like that's kind of not what it
That's
is.
not lost media. No.
Yeah. Also, which was a weird coincidence, that I had just bought the out of print DVD of Spellbound like a week or two before this tweet came out.
Oh wow.
So
hilarious.
yeah, you could still be able to find. Definitely, the Blu-ray is way too much money. Let me just look up how much one of Alfred Hitchcock's Academy Award nominated films is on Blu-ray on Amazon at the moment. Not exorbitant, but $53.
Ooh, I don't know. That's a lot to me.
Yeah,
Ew.
it's definitely
that's 4K though, right?
Is
Is
no,
that 4K?
it's Blu-ray.
Oh, that's a lot for regular
It's
Blu-ray.
probably there's probably not a lot in circulation.
Yeah, it's older. I don't know when it came
Yeah.
out, but it's definitely an older version of the Blu-ray. But it's definitely
Yeah.
like I don't think it's in print anymore. So
That's
that's
why.
probably why.
Yeah.
Probably.
Out of print.
I had to pay like exorbitant amounts of money to get by the it's like the classic versions of the Star Wars films, the first 3, the unedited versions on DVD.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean it was worth it because I wanted to see the original version without the add-ons, the useless
Yeah.
add-ons that
That
George
Lucas
Lucas felt they had to have.
All right.
No,
But,
you see, we have to have this big alien move in front of the camera as they're coming in to
Yes.
Mos Eisley.
no,
We
you
have
see-
it's very important.
Yeah, no, you see, it's
We need a
very
s- we
important
need a
they
s-
have this,
we need
and-
we need a singing alien to do a whole musical number that we couldn't do in the '80s, so we're doing it now.
oh god, oh man, the animation's so
I
gross,
hate
dude.
the addition they made to Max Rebo Band. I don't like it.
I know.
Yeah.
I like the Max Rebo band.
Everyone loves Max Rebo Band.
I know.
Yeah.
Wokeness killed Han Solo.
Wokeness killed Max Rebo. Anyway, we'll leave off with that.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a pretty good discussion.
Yeah.
What do you think, Zach?
Interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
All right, good night, everyone.
Good
All
night,
right.
y'all.
Good night.